All right. What is it about tiny houses that's causing all this excitement about people? It seems like people are really excited about these, and I am actually. But until you actually find out about the tiny homes, you find out more about them, and then you realize, gosh, I'm not willing to give up that. I'm not willing to do this or that. It's going to be too much of a sacrifice. I couldn't do that for more than a month or something like that. This guy's building their tiny home, but I'd like to hear your comments. Please give me some comments on this. I'd like to know what you think about tiny homes and whether you'd actually consider living in one. It seems to be like the biggest buzz of what's going on in terms of talking about the real estate market anyway. Like this guy's house, he built this out of reclaimed wood and stuff that he could source locally. He's out in the woods in Oregon, and it's a tiny home, although it's not built on wheels. A lot of these are built on wheels, and like that one is actually illegal. At least once you consider it your residence, it becomes illegal all of a sudden. But you can always move it temporarily as long as they don't prohibit parking trailers for a certain length of time. But anyway, tell me, are you a regular homeowner? Would you do this? Would you never consider it? I just had a listing actually in North Carolina. It was a tiny home listing. You may have seen it here on my YouTube channel, and we did end up selling that one. It sold for, I believe it was around high 60s, and it had 8 acres. And it was 600 square feet, which is large for a tiny home, because most of these are a couple hundred square feet at most. It seems like 500 square feet. See here, they're building one right on the trailer. 500 square feet is really the maximum size that you would consider a tiny home to be. And most of these really don't have room for anyone to do jumping jacks or any kind of physical activity inside of them, and usually feature lofts for bed that have significantly reduced headroom. See that one has the high side. The high side is usually the loft, and that's where the extra headroom is. You can see how they're building this one. And are they building these? If it's on a trailer, it's built to be roadworthy and move it somewhere. Although I don't really know how practical it is to keep moving a tiny house from place to place. It seems like things are going to start breaking, or falling apart, or collapsing inside when you're driving, because you got all this loose stuff in a house. Your average house, it would probably do the same thing if you put it on a trailer and started driving it around everywhere. So anyway, I'd be interested to hear what your comments are on all this stuff, and give me your comments. Let me know what it would take for you to live in a tiny home, if you would ever consider living in a tiny home, and what you think is going on with this movement. If you think it's going to stay around for a while, or you think it's just about burned out and that's the end of it. So let me know your thoughts, and I will respond to everybody's comments. So thanks for watching.